Patriotic pride laid bare. This means so much, almost impossible to quantify. Players with the chance to make an entire nation happy. There's one change to the home side's 11 from their win on penalties over Wales on Thursday. Ivan Basic replaces Benjamin Tahirovic in central midfield. Sergei Barbarez has resisted the temptation to start 18-year-old Kerim Alaibegovic, who came off the bench to provide an assist and score the winning penalty against Wales. He is again among the subs. Sead Kolasinac and Tarek Buharemovic both play their club football in Italy. Sense of occasion we have here. This could hardly be bigger for these respective nations. It is all on the line in Zenica, Italy in their change strip. Here are the captains, Edin Dzeko on the left and Gianluigi Donnarumma of Italy on the right. A very experienced referee tonight, Clément Turpin from France. Refereed a Champions League final and a Europa League final. Gennaro Gattuso has named an unchanged side, the same 11 that began Thursday's 2-0 win over Northern Ireland. That despite an impressive substitute display from Pio Esposito, who must again settle for a place on the bench. Sandro Tonali, who provided a goal and an assist in that win over Northern Ireland, is hoping to play at his first major international tournament this summer. Moise Kean has scored 7 goals in his last 5 Italy appearances. So much of the pre-match focus on that man, Edin Dzeko, 40 years young, part of the last Bosnia and Herzegovina squad that went to a World. Both will be desperate to start well, to settle any early nerves. There has been such a build-up to this match since both got through on Thursday night. Now we see the football do the talking, and the pitch never lies. Buharemovic. Challenge on him by Locatelli. Wide by Edin Dzeko. Buharemovic, who plays his club football in Italy with Sassuolo. Flicked by Edin Dzeko. Always come to Dzeko again here. They've got numbers forward, set off an arm. And Mehmet plays it across and Calafiori got it clear, but it came off his own man. Early encouragement here for the home side. It's the first time really that they've got numbers in and around the Italians' box. Played over by Mehmet, and that could have got anywhere, couldn't it? Bosnians scored, remember, from a corner against Wales in Cardiff on Thursday. Edin Dzeko, who scored that goal, is one of those in there. Donnarumma comes and punches clear for Italy. Moise Kean. That just allows Italy to get up the pitch. First player to score in 5 games in a row for Italy since Toto Schillaci back in 1990. Moise Kean with that goal that he scored against Northern Ireland on Thursday. Cleared by Vasili. Italy in this current squad. Number 81 tonight. Šunić. Played forward by Kolasinac. He says anyone who's in football lives for moments like these. Talked about there being nothing better than the tingle of tension that he felt ahead of this game. Talked as well about having looked into his players' eyes and saw belief in those eyes. This will be a real test for them tonight, though. Very different game, as Gattuso has said himself, to what they faced against Northern Ireland in Bergamo. Bastoni, one of 3 Inter players in the starting lineup. Strength shown by Moise Kean. He feeds Politano. Mancini. Politano again. Mancini. Bastoni, who plays in the middle of the 3, plays on the left of a 3 for his club side, Inter, ordinarily. Barella. And he goes towards Tonali. Headed by Šunić. Demirovic with Edin Dzeko going through the middle. Demirovic has a pop. It did bounce just in front of Donnarumma, but he dealt with it well, the Italy goalkeeper. Failed to convert his penalty in the shootout. Missed a couple of chances in the game against Wales as well, Demirovic, but his head coach has said he feels he'll have a big game tonight. New Stuttgart striker, here's Di Marco for Italy. Calafiori is a long way forward. Retegui and Kean and Politano in the middle. Tonali. Mancini. Politano. Barella. Bit of space here for Calafiori. Tonali. Retegui looked to try and get to that. Katic beat him to it and headed clear. Bosnians' only victory over Italy was the very first meeting that in 1996 in Sarajevo. Former Juve player Hasan Salihamidzic was one of the scorers. Federico Chiesa scored Italy's goal that night. Mancini, Kean. Dzeko sends it forward. He's suggesting that maybe there was a high foot there from Barella. But Memic will certainly be a threat. There had been a lot of talk that Kerim Alajbegovic would start this tonight, the teenager who came off the bench to such great effect in the semi-final. Provided that assist for Dzeko's goal and then scored the winning penalty. A really exciting talent who I suspect we'll see off the bench tonight. Calafiori, Di Marco, who's been outstanding for Inter in Serie A this season, misjudged by Tonali. Locatelli intercepted, challengers flying in. Memic. Uharemovic. Šunić. gone 5 games unbeaten since their only loss at the World Cup qualifiers at home to Austria, the group winners on the 9th of September. But they have only lost, the Bosnians, one of their last 11 competitive games. Tonali small forward. Retegui beaten to it. Katic, one of the centre-backs, the player hurt here. Just took a blow to the back of the head. He's a club teammate of Edin Dzeko these days, both of them competing for the second-tier title with Schalke in Germany. Calafiori. Mancini. His first time by Locatelli, who finds Barella. Moisken, Politano's made a good run. Shorter ball for Barella. Retegui asking for it in the middle. Politano just about kept that in. Cleared by Kolasinac. Italy in a hurry though. Barella. Bastoni. Mancini. And Barella wins Italy's first corner of the evening. It came off Šunić. The headline in the Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy today said, "It means the world." Summed up perfectly, really. Underlines the huge significance of this playoff final tonight. Tonali to take the corner in the 13th minute in Zenica. Into the side netting it goes. Italy's best player against Northern Ireland, Sandro Tonali. Yet to play at a major international tournament, not in the Euro 2020 squad, and missed out due to a ban on UEFA Euro 2024. Katic, Basic. Just asked a bit too much of Memic. He is such a creative force though, the player on the left. Memic, 7 assists he has for his club side in the Czech top flight this season. Only Lukáš Krobod of Slavia Prague has more in that division. So Italy will have to keep an eye on him down this near side. Calafiori. Back now with Donnarumma. Covering here is Kolasinac. Oh, that's a poor kick out, and they're in trouble here. It's Moisken! Brilliant finish! How well did he take from Vasily. But there was still plenty to do. And the man in form, Moise Kean, did it absolutely superbly. 6 games in a row now he scored for Italy, but this is the most significant yet. Barella with the presence of mind to pick out Moise Kean immediately. And that was certainly the finish of a striker at the peak of their powers. Didn't give it a second's thought, did he? But Vasily will have nightmares about that moment. Quality though from Moise Kean. Let's see how the Bosnians react. Dzeko with the ball in. And it was a decent chance that for Katic. I mentioned earlier how on Thursday he became the first Italian to score for the national side in 5 games in a row since the legend Toto Schillaci back in 1990. And as I say now, 6 games in a row for Moise Kean. One of the big debates in Italy ahead of this is who would partner him up front tonight. A lot of people wanted to see Esposito start tonight after he did so well off the bench in the previous game, but Gattuso was stuck with Retegui, who was Italy's top scorer in the group stage. But once more it is Moise Kean who comes to the fore here. Nemec will get there. Dzeko was arriving in the middle. Fullback was good, and then it didn't quite reach Dzeko. Bastoni was there, Barella got it clear. And now it's Di Marco. He finds Tonali. Italy looking confident. Up towards Retegui. Di Marco. Game a bit stretched. Italy have numbers committed forward. Basic with the pass. 5 forward in this attack for the Bosnians. Demirovic makes a run. Dzeko's asking for it. Dzeko got it and felt he had to hit it early. Bit of good reaction though from the home side. Dedic. Bajraktarovic, Demirovic and Dzeko both waiting in the middle. Flicked on by Dzeko and Nemec at the back post. Politano wasn't strong enough. Demirovic on the turn. Some appeals for handball. Referee wasn't interested. Kolasinac. Nemec with the cross. Calafiori got a head on it but concedes a corner. Barbarez will be delighted with the way that his side have responded to going a goal down. Now can they make the most of this set piece? Plenty in there for the home side. Came out to be struck and it was saved by Donnarumma. And sent back in there again by Basic. Really travelling there. Moisken. Politano gets the free kick. Pushed by the Atalanta defender Kolasinac. Calafiori. It's now 13 goals in 26 caps for his country for Moisken. A 1-in-2 impressive record. Now by Baraktarovic. Bosnia Herzegovina beat Romania 3-1 in their last home game, an impressive victory. Edin Dzeko was among their scorers last night. On that night, I should say. Here's Barella. Politano up against Kolasinac. Mancini. Barella. Politano. Good movement from Mancini, who's been found. His ball across was good as well, cleared by Katic. Locatelli looking for Di Marco. Tonali beat Katic to it. Di Marco with the chance to cross. Cleared on the edge of the area by Šunić. Politano. Can they break quickly here? Edin Dzeko peels off to the left. That's not good enough to find him. An important touch by Barella. The plan had been for Italy to fly in earlier yesterday and train here last night, but they decided instead to train in Italy on Monday because of the state of the pitch here after the rain and snow that I mentioned earlier. It's not too much of a surprise to see Italy having much more of the ball. The Bosnians very capable of being efficient in how they move the ball forward when needed. Baraktarovic, Demirovic and Dzeko, and Memic in the box. The shot was on and it's come off Locatelli, and it will be a corner here. Very attacking right-hand side for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Dedic capable of playing further forward himself. A player who started the night at right back with Baraktarovic and PSV beyond him. Muharemovic unmarked. In his direction, Dzeko beaten in the air. Played wide by Basic. Another chance to cross. And the header is on target from Katic, but well saved by Donnarumma. Just didn't have the required power to get it past the Italian goalkeeper. Alarming from an Italian perspective how free he was to make that header though, Katic. Something that Fabio Capello, the legendary Italian coach, was talking about yesterday. He has concerns about Italy in the air defensively. Feels that their three centre-halves are all very good on the ball, but as I say, worries a little bit about them, particularly from set pieces in aerial situations. Played wide by Locatelli to Di Marco. 14 assists in Serie A for him this season. Tonali. Locatelli to Tonali again. Locatelli. Retegui looking to get on the turn and did. And saved by Vasili. Dedic. Haremovic has had an excellent season in Italy with Sassuolo, managed by Fabio Grosso. Given away by Basic. One thing that was so important from an Italian perspective tonight was that they matched the Bosnians from a physical perspective, and you have to say so far they have done that. Headed by Retegui. Bosnia and Herzegovina have only lost one of their last 5 home games. They've won 3 of those. The only defeat in that time against Austria, wins over Cyprus, San Marino and Romania. There was a draw with the Netherlands in November 2024 as well. It's really the start of their significant turnaround in form there under Sergei Barbares, who's done a fantastic job. Šunić. Dedic looks to go on the outside, tracked by Di Marco. Bajraktarovic, as I say, that really attacking right-hand side for the Bosnians. Bajraktarovic. And Dzeko's in there, it's cleared by Mancini. Katic now with another chance to send it in there, but overcooked it, and Italy will be grateful for that. The earlier effort from Retegui just couldn't generate the required power, could he, to trouble Vasili. First chance we've had to have a look back at that hit from Basic as well. It's a good save by Donnarumma. Could be danger here. It was taken early by Memic. They are causing Italy some problems. Dedic. Come off with cramp in the game against Wales in extra time, Dedic, but always said he would be fine to start tonight. Basic for Tahirovic in the centre of the park, the only change made by the home side tonight. This is Haremovic. Katic. Edin Dzeko. Amazing statistic, wasn't it, after the win over Wales on penalties, that Edin Dzeko has now scored in every one of the last 20 years for his country. The first in 2007, astonishing longevity. Memic. Basic. Surely this will be, though, Dzeko's last shot at a World Cup. Only one outfield player over 40 has ever featured at a World Cup, Cameroon's Roger Miller. Back in 1994, he was 42 then. Ronaldo and Luka Modric, you would think, will be... waits in the box. Tanovic takes it on still, but then loses it, and Italy might look to break here with Barella. Di Marco's making a run down the left. Tonali. Locatelli. It is noticeable how much of Italy's play goes through Locatelli. It's exactly the same with Juventus. Averages more passes per game than any other Serie A midfielder. Struggling to get into the game, Demirovic. Record at club level has been really good for a few years now. He's got 9 goals in 18 Bundesliga games this season, 15 goals, league goals in each of the last 2 German top-flight seasons, but only 4 goals in 37 caps for his country. Šunić. Oh, good ball forward. Lemic was there. Gone up. It's a great idea, just gone too early, and then of course the header off target, but it's another warning for Italy. Tonali, or the midfield maestro at his club side, Newcastle. Sent forward by Donnarumma. Gone against Retegui here. Muharemovic is down, holding his right thigh. Italy a little surprised that that went against them. That is an offside call. It was pretty tight. Played well in the Saudi top flight this season. Retegui, 15 goals he scored. Came to the Italian camp a week early. He was given some free time by his club side. Wanted to make sure he was absolutely ready for these playoff games. Dedic. Baraktarovic. It's nicely done. Kolasinac. Memic. Basic. Memic. Got away from Politano. This is Dzeko. Demirovic on the edge of the box. Baraktarovic, Dedic wanted the pass, now he gets it. Baraktarovic again. Good cross, and only just wide. Well, they were patient, weren't they, in their approach there. Baraktarovic just bided his time, waited for the opportunity to get that cross in. And it was a lovely ball as well. Demirovic unable to get it on target, but that's half a chance for the home side. Crowd really up for this tonight. Still such a long way to go. He said he lost his voice in Wales. Okay, Barbares. Bastoni's ball forward. Barella is here for Italy. Up it goes towards Retegui. Tonali was up there as well. Barella. Politano. Mancini makes the burst beyond him. This is Barella. Italy keeping it well. Mancini. Great strength by Mancini, going up against Memic. Brilliant battle there. But now he's out of position as the Bosnians get forward with Kolasinac. Can they move it quickly here? Force backwards. Good header by Locatelli. Mancini is caught by Šunić. Italy get the free kick. And I'll repeat what I said earlier. It was crucial that Italy were up for the physical battle tonight, because the Bosnians were always going to bring that side of the game. And they, so far anyway, have been up for it. Mancini, a player who never shies away from a scrap. Šunić won it off Ken. Muharemovic. Crowd enjoyed that. This is Dedic. Dzeko. Captain was caught, but gets straight back up again. Kolasinac. Šunić. Kolasinac. Demirovic is in there. Mancini felt he was being held by the number 10. But that surely is their best route to goal, getting aerial service into Demirovic and Dzeko, with a header that Dzeko scored in Cardiff on Thursday. As mentioned, Mancini is a scrapper on the pitch. You could say that of Demirovic as well. His nickname is the Boxer. Final 5 minutes here. Memic racing to get to it and brought down by Bastoni. And it's a red card. Bastoni's off. Italy are down to 10. As soon as he looked to make that challenge, he and his teammates knew what was coming. It could be a massive game, massive moment in this game. Memic, the player who was bursting through. Bastoni it was who stretched every sinew to get there. Let's see it again. Well, Bastoni had a head start, didn't he, on Memic? He'll beat him to it. And you just only had to look at his face there, Bastoni. He knew immediately what was coming. And it's all getting a little feisty out there as well. Donnarumma getting involved with Dedic. It's a cauldron of an atmosphere in Zenica. Italy a goal up but a man down. The Bosnians believe. Half-time cannot come soon enough here for Gattuso's side. We are getting the drama that we anticipated with this. Gattuso forced into a change here. Gatti will come on, but who will be sacrificed here? Retegui is the player who comes off. Sergej Barbares, the Bosnians head coach, said if his side had gone a goal up here, that they would have parked the bus to protect that one-goal lead. There's been no signs of that from Italy. It's been a fairly open first half, really. But I suspect now it's inevitable that Italy will have to become more defensive and try to protect what they've got. But it is a long, long time to protect a one-goal advantage with a one-man disadvantage. So on comes Gatti for his 8th cap. Bastoni sent off. And now Bosnia and Herzegovina with the chance to threaten from a set piece. Bajraktarovic has placed it. Into the final minute of the first 45. Will Donnarumma be tested here? 5 in the box for the Bosnians. Katic with the header! And Donnarumma was down quickly and needed to be. He's a threat, isn't he, on set pieces? We've seen him get on the end of a few now. I suspect there will be many more for Italy to have to deal with in what remains of this game. make the most of their man advantage here, the home side. Basic, Vukaremovic, a minimum of 3 minutes added time at the end of this first half. Dedic, he's got plenty in the box to aim at. It's a great ball over as well. Just nobody could get on the end of it. Nothing wrong with the cross though. Great wing play by Dedic. Dzeko hadn't really anticipated it, had he, that it would go there in the 6-yard box. Throwing to be taken deep inside the Italian half. Moise Kean's goal after 15 minutes, the difference. Bastoni sent off after 42 minutes though. Basic, Dedic. Basic, Dedic. Bajraktarovic goes on the outside. Floated in there dangerously. The chances are coming, but they're not taking them. The latest falls to Memic. Italy holding on a little bit here at the end of this first half. Desperate for the half-time interval to regroup Gattuso's side. Basic it was with the ball in that time. With the header. Push there on Locatelli by Dzeko. Just a little bit of respite here for the Azzurri. Only a third career red card for Bastoni. His first for Italy. Who knows how critical, how important that will end up being at the end of the night. Demirovic got the pass away. Memic with the run to the edge of the box. Bajraktarovic fouled by Di Marco, and surely a chance here for the Bosnians to put one in the box and test the Italian resolve right at the end of the half. It's in a lovely crossing position, this, isn't it, with the likes of Katic, who's arrived on the edge of the box, and Dzeko and Vukaremovic and others in there, into a 4th minute of added time at the end of this first half. Bajraktarovic in discussion with Dedic. Can his side find a leveller before the break? Politano got it clear, as there goes the half-time whistle, and what an exciting first half it has been as well. That goalkeeping error from Vasili presenting the opportunity for the opener to Moise Kean, who scored for a 6th game in a row for Italy. It had looked so good for the Azzurri, but then that challenge, that last man challenge by Bastoni on Memic. Bastoni sent off for only the 3rd time in his career. Italy holding on a bit at the end of that first half. How they need to regroup now. What tension we've got in Zenica. At half-time, Bosnia Herzegovina 0, Italy 1. Just waiting for the go-ahead here to get back underway. So off we go. Well, the biggest 45 minutes of football in either of these nations' recent histories. Remember, Bosnia and Herzegovina have only ever been to one finals before. Early involvement here for the man just on, Alibegovic, Memic. Dzeko and Demirovic waiting in the box. Sliding in was Palestra, his first contribution for Italy. Alibegovic, Memic. Baraktarovic up against Di Marco. So often in the lead up to these playoff games, the Italian press had talked about how anxiety and fear of failure were Italy's worst enemy rather than any opponent they might meet. That's into a great area! And Demirovic couldn't quite get there. What a ball by Memic! Just couldn't quite get his head on that. ball over. Mancini just leaning on him a bit. Maybe did enough there for Italy. Wasn't enough to constitute a penalty. There's nothing in the way of appeals from the home side, but just lent on him a little bit. Italy survive an early scare at the start of this second half. Gattuso talked yesterday about how Italian teams have shown over the years what can be achieved with mentality, with hunger, and the ability to suffer, how they need all of those qualities in these circumstances. Katic. Vukaremovic. Memic. Can't see why Memic has got so many assists for his club side in Czechia this season. Some of the balls he's been putting in there. Begovic. And Dzeko's in there. Italy want a free kick. Gatti felt he was fouled. It's going to come straight back at them here. Locatelli with the ball forward. Couldn't fire Moise Kean though. He was going to look pretty isolated, I suspect, in this second half. Marek unable to control. Italy, perhaps understandably, are not going to be in any rush from restarts. The last thing they want is to see Bosnians build up a head of steam. Katic with the header. Mancini again looks for Moise Kean, who did well. Barella. Runner was Palestra, but through it goes to Vasili. No doubt will still be replaying that moment that led to the Italian goal in his mind. Will that goal be enough for Italy to reach the World Cup? Tahirovic, formerly of Roma, played under Mourinho there. Begovic. It's opened up here, pushed away by Donnarumma. Clear by Palestra. More pressure from the home side. Begovic. He was the player sacrificed by Gattuso. It's all Bosnia and Herzegovina. Every Italy player behind the ball. Basic with the pass. Dedic. Begovic, Dimirovic and Dzeko waiting in the middle. Corner. They're really pushing here, the Bosnians. The 40-year-old Edin Dzeko, closest to Donnarumma. Begovic to send it in there. Begovic, who took the corner that led to the equaliser against Wales late on in that semi-final on Thursday. Muharemovic, Dedic, Moisken trying to hold off Edin Dzeko, and Italy get the throw in. Just swerved a little bit that, didn't it, the effort from Alay Begovic. Not lacking in confidence, the 18-year-old. Says he'll do everything to be a big star, dreams of playing for Real Madrid, but he said, if it's Barca, I don't have a problem with that either. Who's come on that left-hand side in this second half, just 18 years old. 11 goals he's got for Salzburg in Austria this season. Dedic in a race with Palestra. Launched forward by Mancini. Oh, there was a tug on the shirt of Tonali there by Tahirovic, and that will be a yellow card for the man who came on along with Alay Begovic at half-time. Palestra. Important that Italy do have a period of possession. They've soaked up a fair bit of pressure at the start of this second half. They would have been anticipating that. As Gattuso put it yesterday, they will have to suffer at some point in this game, and they certainly have done in the first 10 minutes of this second half, and one would think that that suffering is likely to continue. It's whether they can keep out the Bosnians. Basic. Baraktarovic. Basic. Muharemovic. Will be a corner. Taken short and quickly. Alay Begovic with a chance to float one in, and too much on that. Of course, historically, if you wanted a team, a nation, able to see a game out in these sort of circumstances, keep the clean sheet, it would be Italy, but maybe that type of Italian playing style, that type of team is not where they are right now. They certainly haven't been defensively tight under Gattuso. Conceded 9 times since he took over in September. But they did keep a clean sheet against Northern Ireland last week, and they repeat the feat here in far more trying circumstances. Gatti with the clearance. Dimirovic chasing, but out came Donnarumma. Locatelli. Calafiori. Locatelli. Barella. It's well played by Barella. This is Mancini. And he's done well to get the free kick there. Tahirovic, he's going to have to be careful. Already has been booked. now by Tahirovic. And Calafiori, some of those who are forward here. And Italy find another big moment. Tonali floats it in there, Demirovic was back defending. The pressure on these two sets of plays, particularly those of Italy. They missed the last two World Cups. Di Marco with the ball over. Tonali. Given away by Di Marco. Tahirovic with the ball forward. Hit first time by Dzeko. Barektarovic. Basic. Tahirovic. Didn't even go as far as to call this a culturally defining match, really. It goes even beyond football. Such national pride on the line at stake here. Almost unthinkable for Italy to become the first previous winner of this competition to miss 3 World Cups in a row, but they're in front with almost an hour gone. Memic. Moise Kean intercepts, and he's got the pace to get away here. It's Kean one-on-one! Oh, he couldn't hit the target. What a chance to double their lead. Glorious opportunity. And his pace made it. They just couldn't catch up with him. The goalkeeper, Vasily, retreating. Memic with the chance to cross. Calafiori was there. And that's a warning to Bosnia and Herzegovina that they're not going to have this all their own way. Begovic with the ball across. Italy will have moments, particularly as the game wears on, if it stays at 1-0. Oh, this is really football on the edge, isn't it? Almost grateful to be a neutral here, because this must be absolutely excruciating for the supporters involved. He had my sympathies. Just over an hour gone. Dedic with the chance to put one in the box. That's what he does. Good claim, Donnarumma. Calafiori. Given away by Di Marco. Dzeko. Tahirovic. Dedic. Again, Demirovic and Dzeko waiting in the box. Barektarovic. Never going to trouble Donnarumma. In terms of how they've dealt with being down to 10 men in the first 16 minutes or so of this second half, I think Gattuso will be really pleased. They've had the best chance as well, Italy, of this second period. Basic, it's whether they can keep it going though. Memic. Basic. Buharamovic. Begovic. something else they're doing well too. It's just slowing the game down. This will have been made very clear to them at half-time by Gattuso, the man who won the World Cup as a player with Italy, desperate to take his nation to the finals as a head coach. This is the chance for Moise Kean. It just sat up a bit, didn't it, as he hit it. Saying in the months leading up to these playoffs, Gattuso, that every street it felt like he walked down, somebody would say, "Get us to the World Cup, mister." Famously didn't sleep well before big games as a player. I suspect he's not slept well ahead of either of these games. Dedic, Alajbegovic, Basic, Memic, Bayraktarovic, Basic to Memic. Staying in that full-back position, Di Marco. Donnarumma. Italy making themselves as difficult as possible to break down here and doing it well. Locatelli lost it under pressure. Basic. Memic. Bayraktarovic. Memic. Katic. Basic. Working to the left here. Alajbegovic. Mancini with the diving header clear. Moise Kean beaten to it. The shot is rather snatched at. He talks Luka Ramovic. That's just how determined his teammates would be tonight. They would fight to the very end to make their dream come true, he said. 25 minutes left in Zenica. Moise Kean's first half goal remains the difference. Attempts from Bosnia Herzegovina. Just the 3 for Italy, but only that statistic at the top of your screen now is truly important. Alajbegovic, Memic, Bayraktarovic, plenty in there to aim at. Dzeko is one of them. Now, was there a push there? There was. Italy get the decision. He's been excellent since he came on, Gatti. Said it would mean everything to be part of another World Cup squad with his country. He scored in their first win at the World Cup finals back in 2014 against Iran. Dedic. Zahirovic. Demirovic lost it, Mancini got it clear. Alajbegovic. Zahirovic. Dedic with a chance to cross. Demirovic and Dzeko. Aleksandrovic all in there. Memic at the back post. Still with Dedic. Katic. Nicely worked. Basic. And now Memic. Gatti was there yet again. Di Marco with the header. Memic. Cross blocked by Di Marco, who's working really hard in that left back position. He's struggling now. Memic has signalled to the bench that he's going to need to come off, I think. He's just jarred his knee there. Seemed to signal to the bench that he needed to come off, but he's going to take this throw in. Turnaround in Bosnia Herzegovina's form over the last 18 months really has been excellent. They've gone from going 12 matches without a win, losing 10 of them, to just 2 defeats in 11 games. But in the most important match of them all, they find themselves behind here despite playing against 10 men since the latter stages of the first half. Group of players looking to become the first since the likes of Asmir Begovic, Miralem Pjanic, Vedad Ibišević, Senad Lulic, and Dzeko to reach a World Cup finals. Spahic, the current technical director, was also part of that 2014 squad. But the double change being made here by Gennaro Gattuso. Cristante of Roma replaces Locatelli, and Moise Kean, the Italian goalscorer, will be replaced by Pio Esposito, who did very well indeed when he came on as a sub in the second half against Northern Ireland. So Bunic comes on, Basic withdrawn, and Tabakovic has been brought on as well here. Esposito really impressing at a young age, but Inter this season scored in his last game for them against Fiorentina. Plenty of experience has come on there in the shape of Cristante, who earns his 48th cap for Italy tonight. Tabakovic, who's come on, scored 3 goals in 9 previous caps for his country. Plays his club football in the Bundesliga with Borussia Mönchengladbach, who are fighting relegation at the moment. Bunic also plays in Italy with Karlsruhe. Here's Dedic, who's come over to this. Inside now. Zahirovic. Alajbegovic. Good ball and saved by Donnarumma. Take the corner. Donnarumma stayed put. Watch wide. Tonali, who was at that far post. Good decision, wasn't it, by Donnarumma to... on his goal line, or there or thereabouts anyway, but at least hit the target there. Begovic, Dedic, Bajraktarovic again up against Dimarco, again looking for some room, and dinks over the cross, and Palestra got it clear, and Barella tidies up. Look at the energy of the Bosnians to win it back though. Begovic was hoping to waltz his way through there. You just wonder, don't you, whether there's a big moment in the script for that young man, as there was in the semi-final against Wales. Can they get a quality ball in there, cleared by Gatti, who continues to be in the right place at the right time. With the pass, Tahirovic, Calafiori won it in the air. Esposito did brilliantly to get that away to Tonali, and then Katic was just a bit rash, wasn't he? That's exactly what Tonali wanted him to do. Say for Italy to frustrate Bosnia Herzegovina in the way that they have done so far, and I underline the word so far, down to 10 men. It's been very impressive, but we've still got 15 minutes to go here, and much can change. Remember, they left it late in Cardiff, didn't they, in the semi-final, the Bosnians, after Wales had scored and hit the woodwork twice in that game. Just a glorious chance in extra time as well, didn't they, Wales? Cristante sends it up towards Esposito. Katic concedes the throw-in, which Italy will be in no rush to take. Esposito. Plenty of noise coming from those Italy supporters. Will they be heading off to North America in the summer? They're getting closer and closer. Dimarco, Barella, Dimarco, Tonali. Good movement from Barella. Dimarco! Oh, what a chance. That's 3 good opportunities now for Italy in this second half. Clearly the best spell to Moise Kean when he was clean through, but well, both Esposito and Dimarco should have at the very least hit the target. Great work here by Palestra. Esposito getting up with him, so is Tonali. Palestra continues, Mukharemovic slid in. But this is really good from Italy when you consider they're down to 10 and have been since the end of the first half. What an effort they're putting in. Dzeko brought back to defend the set piece. Newcastle's midfield maestro, Sandro Tonali, so influential in that game in the semi-final against Northern Ireland, will now take the corner. Mancini, one of those up there, it's over towards him. Katic got it clear, and Barella hit it on the half volley. Joy and excitement from Sergei Barbares when we saw that red card issued to Bastoni, but his side haven't yet made the most of that man advantage. You'd have to say that, as well as Italy are doing. But they inevitably will tire in the final 10 minutes. Alay Begovic, Katic, Dedic, Di Marco in front of him, Dedic with the cross! Oh, and it's been squeezed in! Tabakovic was on the line! And he's come off the bench to get the equaliser as we head towards the final 10 minutes here. Italy complain, but the Bosnians are on terms. Couldn't hold out. Resistance is broken. What a ball by Dedic. Donnarumma did brilliantly to keep it out. Initially, they could do nothing about the follower, but look at that ball. Just begging for somebody to get on the end of it. Dzeko got the initial header. I don't think it was over the line, but the man honours a sub, was in the right place at the right time. And now they have made the most of that man advantage. And we are in for an epic final 10 minutes here. They're still getting word that they're still checking this goal. The referee, you can see, has his hand to his ear. Italy still complaining. Somebody, I think, has said too much here. But are Italy's worst nightmares going to end up coming true here? And trust me, it would be their worst nightmare if they were not to reach the World Cup for a third time in a row. Gattuso, I think, was booked. This is going to be mayhem and chaos. 9 minutes of the 90 to go. Donnarumma yellow carded. Thought Gattuso had been as well, but I've not had that confirmed yet. It was difficult to see who that was shown to, but I can say for definite Donnarumma was booked. Noise in this stadium. It's only about 10,000 in here, but it sounds like a lot more than that. Italy, as I've just been saying, and I stand by it, had been so good in this second half, playing with 10 men, and created, well, 2 decent chances and 1 clear-cut chance that weren't able to take any of them. Now they send numbers forward, the 10 men. Calafiori to take this free kick. We're heading to extra time as it stands. Into the box it goes, but too much on it. come again, the Bosnians. It's all Bosnia Herzegovina. Mancini's down now, holding his ribs. It's turned into an inspired change, hasn't it? The introduction of Haris, Tabakovic, the ball in by Dedic, Dzeko got to it. Poacher's goal, priceless goal. Now Italy attack. Well, they had Esposito in a good position in the box, but Mukharemovic came across. Bosnia Herzegovina, a nation who's suffered so many playoff disappointments over the years, but they've found a way to level this tie. Must really still rankle with them that they failed to make the most of home advantage in their Euro 2020 playoff semi-final against Northern Ireland, got beaten on penalties. They've taken the lead in that game too. Gattuso brings on Barella. Fresh energy comes on in the shape of Fratesi. Man who scored that winning goal for Inter in the Champions League semi-final in extra time against Barcelona last season. Could he come up with a big moment for Italy here? Di Marco racing to get to this. Again across came Mukharemovic. Final 5 minutes of the 90. He said he lost his voice in Wales. I don't know if he found it again before tonight. Sergei Barbares, he's actually looked fairly calm on the touchline. I don't know how anyone's staying calm here. Esposito. Katic took it off him. Di Marco trying to get to it first and did. Di Marco with a nice ball over, and Palestra's in there. Esposito just saw it bounce off him. Dedic with the ball forward. Heavy touch by Calafiori. Dzeko. Bajraktanovic, Dzeko. And he couldn't pick the right option. Bajraktanovic beat Tonali to it. Brought the shoulders on there. Alay Begovic goes down. Told to get back to his feet. Another cross goes in there. And the header's on target and saved by Donnarumma. Demirovic. Dedic. Italy on the ropes here. Dzeko with the cross. Holding going on. Demirovic and Mancini look like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. The header by Demirovic, and how quickly Donnarumma got down. Even the firefighter behind the goal leapt up for that one. Everybody is living on their nerves in Zenica. The cauldron of an atmosphere. Extra time looming. Italy down to 10. this take us next? Dedic with the header. For so many Italy fans, the memories, the painful memories of Sweden and North Macedonia, the looming over them. Surely it can't happen again, can it? That's what they were all asking themselves. A whole generation of young Italians have not seen their nation at a World Cup. Level with a minute and a half of the 90 to go. Katic. Of course, for Bosnia and Herzegovina, only once have they ever been to a finals. Tabakovic is one of those in the box. So is Dzeko, Demirovic. Katic with the pass. Begovic with the cross. Through it went to Donnarumma. Last minute of the 90. Launched forward. Dedic. Tahirovic. Dzeko being watched closely by Gatti. Dedic has already provided one telling cross. Plays it short this time to Bayraktarovic. Bayraktarovic with the cross, cleared by Cristante. Out to Katic. It's all Bosnia-Herzegovina in the closing stages here as we move into added time. A minimum of 3 minutes. Katic, Dedic, Bayraktarovic. Italy have got to try and stop the cross. They couldn't stop the cross, and it's Dedic who's got his head on that. Bosnians appealing, but Italy get the decision. Demirovic feels it should be a penalty to the home side. Well, certainly Mancini did have a hold of him, but again, like it's been before with those two, I wonder whether it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Still complaining here, the Bosnians. Cristante gave chase, as does Palestra. Palestra couldn't come away with it. Begovic with the pass, taken on by Demirovic. Will we see one last chance to win this without extra time? Katic, Dedic. Tahirovic. It's cleared by Cristante. Check of the watch from Clément Turpin as we move into the 3rd minute of added time. We're in next goal the winner territory here. Begovic to measure the cross, but didn't measure it well enough. launched forward by Donnarumma. Knocked down by Dzeko. Tonali. Fratesi chasing. There goes the full-time whistle, and we go to extra time in this World Cup playoff to decide whether it's Bosnia Herzegovina or Italy who goes to this summer's FIFA World Cup finals. Tabakovic with the equaliser after Moise Ken, remember, had put Italy in front in the first half. Italy played the full second half with 10 men. They'll have to continue to do that. At the end of the 90, it's Bosnia Herzegovina 1, Italy 1. So a change being made by Gattuso at the start of extra time. It's the Napoli defender Spinazzola who comes on here. Gatti had been excellent, hadn't he, since coming on, but couldn't stop that man. Equalising for Bosnia Herzegovina. He still has hopes of playing at a World Cup at the age of 40. What a physical effort required here of these Italian players, having been down to 10 since the latter stages of the first half. Now they go into extra time. Well, the next 45 minutes possibly will tell us which one of these two nations will be heading to the World Cup. As Tonali sees his shot go well over the bar, but the free kick awarded to the Bosnians. this, you wonder, all end up going to penalties, as it did when it went the distance for Bosnia Herzegovina in Cardiff on Thursday. Certainly doing it the hard way. Just confirmation of that change with Spinazzola coming on. Di Marco has gone off. Nerves gripping at them tonight that there was a plan A, a plan B and a plan C. I wonder which one. We're up to here for the home side. Denic, Barektarovic, Spinazzola in front of him. Normally had fresh legs in that, pulled that position. The amount of work that Di Marco got through in that second half. Denic with the throw in. On Esposito, just gives Italy a bit of respite and a chance to, importantly, get up the pitch. Ball forward by Donnarumma, flicked on by Cristante. Calmly done by Vukaremovic. Gatti has been hurt. Done that, wasn't it, by Tarek Vukaremovic, who was on Juve's books as a youngster, won the Serie B title on loan at Sassuolo last season. That deal was made permanent in April. He's been very good in the Italian top flight this season. A lot of clubs, I'm led to believe, looking at him. Sassuolo, no doubt, keen to keep him. Sergei Barbares unhappy as to how long Italy are taking over this free kick. Tonali will send it now into the box. Mancini, Cristante can cross, Gatti's up there. It's a good claim by Vasili. Zahirovic. Katic, Denic, Barektarovic, and he looks to drift inside and sends over another searching cross. At that time, Haris Tabakovic able to get on the end of it. That long ago, you know, that man there, Gatti, was playing amateur football, working as a bricklayer, amongst other jobs, as well as a part-time footballer. Can you imagine what it would mean to him to reach a World Cup finals? It means so much to everybody in this stadium. But you can't underestimate the cultural significance of it as well, particularly for A nation like Italy, one of the most successful footballing nations in the world. Only Brazil have won the World Cup more often. Think of them not going to 3 in a row. Well, I suppose that is the unthinkable. Tahirovic. Katic. Dedic. Tahirovic, patient approach play here. Mukharemovic with the ball in there, headed clear by Mancini. Calmly done by Katic. Enjoying life at Schalke with Edin Dzeko. Nicolò Katic could be on their way to winning the second tier title. Dzeko. Mukharemovic, Tahirovic, Ibegovic, down the route for the cross, cleared by Cristante. Mukharemovic. Remember, they've only lost one of their last 11 competitive games, the Bosnians. Certainly against a much higher ranked team, albeit up against 10 men for the whole second half. Showed determination to get back into this and make it 1-1. Can't underline just enough really how good a job he has done to turn their situation around since he was appointed in April of 2024. His first role as a head coach, as a player, he won the Bosnian Footballer of the Year award three years in a row. What a story it would be if he could guide them to only their second ever FIFA World Cup finals. Gattuso getting involved here with Tahirovic. To pretty much keep a lid on the fiery side of his nature, Gattuso. There wasn't too much in that. Just words. From Gattuso to Tahirovic. Katic. Tahirovic, Dedic, Katic, Ibegovic, Tahirovic, Katic. Again. Ibegovic. Does he have a big moment in him? Spinazzola didn't get good enough contact on that. Falls to Dedic. Tahirovic, nice feet. And then was a little bit over elaborate, wasn't he? When they come off, they look great, but sadly for him, that didn't. They were a little bit subdued, strangely, at the start of extra time, the home crowd, but they've certainly found their voices again. Can you imagine how noisy had it been at full capacity tonight, this stadium? Reduced capacity after a disciplinary action following the game against Romania. Esposito trying to get to that, but just beaten to it. Katic. Alajbegovic, Katic, Dedic, movement from Dzeko. Dzeko tried to return it to Dedic. Spinazzola, Tonali, good outball that. That's a fantastic pass as well. And Palestra got himself in a great position. Mukaremovic slid in. Well, Italy are asking the question here. The referee, Clément Turpin, shows the yellow card. Well, it was Palestra racing to get there. And Mukaremovic slid in. Let's have another look at this. It's a lovely ball. Great pick out in the first instance, isn't it? It's always struggling to get there. Mukaremovic, also there with him was Bunic. Confirmation of the booking for Mukaremovic. Come off the Italian bench here as well, but when this does get resumed, Italy have got a free kick. In a good position. Might this be a match-winning moment? Still the Italian process. Tonali is stood over this. He produced a wonderful moment in the game against Northern Ireland to put them in front, and then provided the assist for the second, the player of the match on the night. One of Italy's biggest stars right now, Sandro Tonali. Can he deliver something huge here? A nation holds its breath. Sizable wall for the Bosnians. It's been a long wait for him to take this free kick. Goalkeeper just slightly off his line. Tonali for Italy. Ball did its job. Spinazzola, Palestra, the player who burst through and was caught by Mukaremovic. Palestra goes on the outside, still numbers in there, and Esposito saved, kept out by Vasili. A bit of redemption for him after the mistake that led to the opener. Brilliant play by Palestra. Great play all round that. Superb goalkeeping. Wonderful cross. And Esposito had his header on target. A minimum of 2 minutes added time. And it's the 10 men of Italy asking the questions at the end of this first period of extra time. Tonali to swing it in for the Azzurri. outstanding from Vasily. Palestra sends it back in there. Back in there again. Seconds of this first period of extra time. Dedic, Tonali, tremendous fitness the Italians are showing here. And there is the half-time whistle in extra time. And it was Italy who were pushing at the end of that first period. Edin Dzeko hopes a big moment will come his way in what remains. Just 15 minutes ago, it's still Italy asking the question about the decision to show a yellow card to Mukharemovic. Half-time in extra time. Bosnia Herzegovina 1, Italy 1. So here we go. And the hopes of two nations rest on this final 15 minutes, possibly even a penalty shootout. All on the line in Zenica. Will we find? Begovic. Crowd like that. Cleared by Cristante. Zahirovic. Buharemovic. Katic. Dedic. All the acrobatics. Was a chance, maybe just slightly behind Demirovic. Again, it's the threat coming from that right-hand side and Dedic. Spinazzola. It's a good surge forward by him. It's a good pass as well. Esposito was in there. It's going to be a corner. It's a real tangle going on between him and Buharemovic. Spins off defenders so well, Esposito. Incredible strength for somebody still so young. And that was about as last ditch as it gets from Buharemovic. Italy have a corner. I have to say I'm shattered, I haven't even kicked a ball here. Mancini, so often a threat from set pieces for Roma. Tonali will take it, an outswinger by him. The referee rather got in the way there. It's helped out Italy. Palestra. Mancini stayed forward. Fratesi makes a run into the box. Palestra with the cross. Esposito. They've lost it, and now the Bosnians can break. Thought they would try and work it more quickly down the right there. Italy quickly got numbers back. Zahirovic. So hard to know which way this will go. It's kept us guessing all night. Still more drama to come. There has to be. There must be. Dedic. Tabakovic. It's watched wide by Donnarumma. How closely Mancini was watching Dzeko there. Tonali, the ball forward, Palestra's chasing. Zahirovic. Dedic. Katic. Dedic. Cristante got it clear. Esposito. Bunic. Alajbegovic. Came off the back of Fratesi. Alajbegovic again. Zahirovic. Fratesi, who's gone down here, not getting too much sympathy from the crowd. Bosnia and Herzegovina with dread. So many times they've lost in them. You think back to even against Portugal in the 2010 World Cup playoffs. 4 times they've lost in playoffs for Euros. Will this be their time in a playoff? Will it be 3rd time unlucky for Italy? Alai Begovic with the ball over, but Clément Turpin not happy about something. It's a word with somebody here, Clément Turpin. Mancini and Katic, the players being spoken to on a few occasions. Katic has managed to get himself loose in the box on set pieces. Almost goes without saying how concentrated Italy need be here. Remember, Capello warned that he was concerned about Italy in these sort of situations ahead of this game. In goes the delivery. Donnarumma got enough on it. It's taken away from Dedic by Dzeko. Beautifully brought down by Alai Begovic. Alai Begovic still has it. Dedic. Alai Begovic. Tame shot in the end from the teenager. Italy on the attack with Tonali. Palestra. Penalties edging ever closer. Remember, Italy's last shootout was to win Euro 2020 against England at Wembley. The Bosnians' last shootout as recently as Thursday. They too won. Still time for this to be settled without the help of penalties. Tahirovic with the ball wide. Dedic blocked by Tonali. Spin on the ball has kept that in. Tonali was caught there. Spinazzola. Was not a good challenge at all there. Katic, he came flying into it. Tonali's really in trouble here. It's going to be a yellow card for the centre-back. Oh yeah, the ball is long gone. To the head as well. Katic, this is why he stayed down. He wouldn't have been aware there that he'd been booked. I'm sure he is now. That's a challenge that he felt he needed to make with the potential for an Italy breakaway there. You only have to admire the effort, the determination, the tenacity, the energy, the will to win that we've seen on this pitch tonight. Maybe hasn't been the best of footballing spectacles, but it's left you in no doubt about just how much this means to these respective nations. It means everything. So Demirovic coming off. Hadji Ahmetovic comes on here. Plays his club football in England with Hull City. Well, we've got under 5 minutes to go here, but we've had some stoppages. We'd expect a bit more than that. to nick it back off Dedic. Touched by Fratesi and then Esposito. Palestra putting on the pressure, but the referee feels there was a foul. He's got a really, really bright future, Palestra. In his second appearance for his country, the first was in that semi-final win. Atalanta put a gem on their hands, currently on loan at Cagliari. Alajbegovic came off the back of Palestra. Alajbegovic was seemingly caught by Fratesi. Muharemovic, Bunic, Alajbegovic, Bunic. Not a great cross, tidied up by Cristante, but that's a poor ball. Not what Italy needed at all. It just invites more pressure. Bunic, header clear by Mancini, but behind it goes for a corner. 3 minutes of normal time to go. 1-1 in Zenica. Esposito, great to bring back with his height to defend these sort of situations. Dedic. Balaktarovic. Cleared by Esposito. Italy desperate to get out here. Spinazzola chasing down Vasili. Alajbegovic, Bunic is in a great position. Dzeko's waiting in the box and it's turned behind by Mancini. And the pressure's really coming from the Bosnians here. Great last-ditch defending by Mancini. Again, it's played to Dedic. Tahirovic wanted it! And then put it wide. He was begging for the ball. Couldn't hit the target, and is that the last chance gone? Attempts now they're up to Bosnia Herzegovina. 9-4 Italy. Spinazzola. Tonali. Quite been kept in. Italy won 6 of their 8 qualifiers in the group stage. They've never won that many in a World Cup group stage before, but denied by these superb Norwegians who beat them home and away, and it's led them to this position, going the long route, doing it the hard way. Brilliant achievement for the Bosnians to get themselves in this position, but now can they see it through to Tahirovic? And Mancini with a challenge on Dzeko right on the edge of the box. So just 60 seconds to add on. Cristante's header, then Palestra, Esposito looking to hold off the challenge of Muharemovic. Katic, good dummy by the referee. Balaktarovic beaten through it by Donnarumma. The Italian goalkeeper retreats here. Dzeko gets the free kick, the foul by Fratesi, who's yellow carded. Well, it looks though there is going to be enough time for this free kick, and surely it will just be stuck in the box. Dzeko still feeling the after effects of that challenge, but he'll be licking his lips at the prospect of a ball, one last ball into the Italians' box. No, there isn't time. There's just confirmation there that Fratesi is yellow carded. Well, they're unhappy because they wanted the time to take that free kick, but the final whistle blown here by Clément Turpin, and this playoff final to decide who goes to the FIFA World Cup finals will be decided by penalty kicks. What a blow this is for Bosnia Herzegovina as they go into this shootout with their captain Edin Dzeko after that challenge right at the end of the game, clearly badly struggling with the shoulder that he landed on. Saw Bonucci there with the Italian players a moment ago, giving out advice and encouragement. Of course, he scored his penalty in the Euro 2020 final, Italy's last penalty shootout, which they won to beat England to win that trophy. The Bosnians, of course, had their last penalty shootout on Thursday when they beat the Welsh. Ali Begovic got the winning penalty. Demirovic was the only one of their players to miss. Vasili, remember, made that mistake that led to the Italy goal tonight. This is nice to see from the two coaches. Nothing really that they can do now. It is down to who holds their nerve. Gattuso had said the Italians had been practicing a few penalties each in training, at the end of training each day. So with Dzeko struggling with this shoulder problem, it's Katic who's here for the coin toss. Dzeko didn't take a penalty on Thursday. Did score the equaliser though that made sure it went to penalties. So Vasili and Donnarumma walk towards their respective positions. It is Bosnia Herzegovina to go first. Will Donnarumma be the hero again for Italy? Save 2 penalties as the Azzurri claim their Euro title against England at Wembley in 2021. So here we go then. It is all on this. The hopes of 2 nations rest on a penalty shootout. Tahirovic, formerly of Roma, to take the first. Up against the giant figure of Donnarumma. Tahirovic scores. The perfect start for the Bosnians. Into the corner. Donnarumma sent the wrong way. Tahirovic, player who was initially left out of the starting lineup tonight. Esposito, who made his senior international debut in these qualifiers, he will take Italy's first penalty. The weight of a nation on his shoulders. Up against Vasili. Pio Esposito blazes it over. Advantage Bosnia Herzegovina. Just got right underneath it, and maybe the pressure told on the youngster. The man who got the equaliser, Tabakovic. This to put the Bosnians 2 up. Italy need a big moment from Donnarumma. Focus, real focus in the eyes of Tabakovic. Right-footed, scores! Another step closer. And the level of pressure on this next penalty is massive, clearly. It almost goes without saying for Italy. The Bosnians 2 up. Esposito has missed. Tahirovic has scored. Tabakovic has scored. Tonali with the whistles in his ears. Tonali for Italy. Good penalty. Just what they needed. They're on the board. Coolest man in Zenica there, Tonali. Remember, a man who's never been to a major tournament with Italy. Still has hope of achieving that this summer. How about this? The teenager who scored the winning penalty against Wales in the week. Just 18 years old. Ali Begovic. It's another 5 penalty. And they maintain their 100% record in this shootout. Donnarumma has not been able to get near any of them. And how about this from an 18-year-old? No nerves, no fear. Cristante. Can he block out the noise? Can he find a way past that man? Cristante for Italy. Oh, it's off the bar! It's all going wrong for Italy. They're right on the brink of their worst nightmare. Cristante has thumped it against the bar. To win it, to send Bosnia and Herzegovina to the World Cup. Barella scores! Bosnia Herzegovina will play at the World Cup. Only their second finals as an independent nation. Their first since 2014. Italy beaten. Their worst nightmares have come true. The unthinkable has happened. The first former winners to miss out on 3 World Cups in a row. Once again, one of the globe's great football nations will not be at the finals. But Bosnia-Herzegovina will be. And this is their night. This is their moment. Gattuso and Italy are beaten. The contrast in emotions could not be more stark. A patched up Dzeko will go to a World Cup at the age of 40. Donnarumma could not perform the heroics that he did at Euro 2020. This time Italy lose on penalties. Bosnia-Herzegovina have done it. Incredible scenes. They are through to their first World Cup since 2014, and congratulations to them.